This video is going to talk to you about the Shockwave patient journey, which is essentially ad structures, how we bring leads in, and then how we push leads through the funnel to ultimately booking a Shockwave therapy session with you. So check it out here. All right, today we're going to talk about the Shockwave patient journey. Okay. Now, this can be applied to other treatments in your practice from a promotional standpoint, but I'm just specifically talking about Shockwave and how we want to navigate this. So really, this is just how you should be building out and thinking about a funnel system in order to attract cash pay Shockwave patients into your practice. So when we talk about a funnel, the one thing I'm going to talk about is bringing in these top of funnel leads through Facebook advertising. If we're running Facebook ads, what a lot of people do is they'll run a Facebook ad that just talks about Shockwave therapy, or it's very generic and it's not super specific to the patient's pain point. So what we want to do is create variations of ads, right? So we'll have ad 1, ad 2, ad 3, etc. Okay? So these are all going to be independent ads. They should all live within their own ad set. So it should be one ad set for each of the 3 ads. But what we want to do with each one of these ads is be very specific. So maybe this is elbow pain, whether it's tennis or golfer's elbow. This could be heel pain, and this could be shoulder pain. So we can talk about the different types of pains that people have and then run ads that are specific to those pains. For example, if we want to run this golfer's elbow pain, we can target people who are, let's say, 30 plus and have an interest in golf or maybe even tennis. And for heel pain, we can do the same thing. Maybe it's 30 plus and they're interested in running. And that's just the interest targeting that we do on Facebook. And maybe shoulders, the same thing, 30 plus, and maybe their interest targeting is fitness. And we just want to try to find people that might fit these specific pain types and then show ads to them, and we might be able to pull people from there. It's definitely something that works. I've tried all 3 of these and they work, but you would know best at what type of patients you're seeing in your area. You know, if they do have heel pain, what has been causing their heel pain. If a lot of the times it is running, then it definitely helps targeting that interest point. So for every ad that you're running, you want a landing page. And you want that landing page to be very specific to the pain. So this is going to be, let's say it's a golfer's elbow pain. They might have a picture of a golfer up here swinging his club. And then you talk about the pain points of golfer's elbow and then how you remedy these through Shockwave therapy. And then you can have an offer button. And that could be maybe a $99 offer for a consult plus your first treatment, or maybe it's a $49 pain assessment. So that would be one option. And then you would do the same for each of these, right? So then we would have one for running, and you'd have a guy kind of running. And then do the same thing, like, hey, this hurts, these are the benefits, so this is how we fix it. Here's the offer, and it's the same thing there. And then you would just repeat that process, right? And then once you get them to this landing page and we have the offer and they click this offer button, then we want to drive them to your next page. And all 3 of these can go to this one, doesn't matter, unless you really want to separate them out. But if it's maybe the same doc in the office is doing the same Shockwave treatment and you don't care, then you can push all of these just to one page that has a calendar on it, okay? So this is your calendar page where people can book a time with you. They click that and they fill out a quick form, and it gives it all of their name, info, their phone number, etc. And then this gets pushed over to your back-end system where you capture that lead, okay? And there's your lead in the system. Then what we want to do from there is we don't want to stop. Just because the lead is now in the system and captured, what we now need to do is push some automated follow-ups. So once they get in the calendar, the lead gets in there, then this lead is going to enter into what we call a workflow. And this workflow is based on a trigger. So the trigger is they came in through this calendar, and it was via the Facebook ad. If they do those two things, put them in workflow A. And workflow A means what's going to happen is going to trigger some actions. And maybe action one is right when they schedule, let's send them an email. Maybe it sends them an SMS if we have text messaging set up. And it's just really a confirmation of booking, right? And then maybe what we want to do, maybe their appointment's in 4 days from now, and maybe 3 days later or 2 days later, either way, we send another email out. And again, a text if you have that enabled. And what we can do here is just a reminder, and then also reminder of appointment, and then also reminder that this is cash pay. Okay, so this isn't going to be covered by insurance, so we want to remind them that it's cash pay only, and the fee for this time is $99. So bring your $99. And then we can have another reminder. Again, these are all automatically done because we built this workflow out. And this could be 24 hours in advance, or it can be the day of, maybe 2 hours before. And I like to just run this same thing down here, the reminder of appointment, and then plus the, whoops, if I could type, the cash reminder as well. Okay, so we have all of these things in here. Again, just to recap this part really quick, is this is really the journey they take. Someone's on Facebook and they're scrolling their Facebook feed, and then they see one of your ads, bam. And this person happens to love golf, and they have golfer's elbow, they have elbow pain, and they see this ad here. Let me actually put a different color on. And they see this ad here, right? And they're like, oh, this looks really interesting. Let me click on this ad. So they click on the ad, and then they move down, and they come to the golfer's elbow landing page that talks all about golfer's elbow. And they're like, oh, wow, this sounds great. They can solve this in 5 to 6 treatment sessions. Awesome. I'm going to click right on this offer. And then they get redirected to the calendar. They click, they fill out, they enter into your workflow, come to the workflow, and then they get automation number 1, automation number 2, and then automation number 3. And hopefully by that point, they come into your practice and they pay you cash. And then once they're in there, you sell them on the multiple treatments. Now, one thing you could do, but this would definitely have to be testing, is that I hear a lot about people talking about the cash pay is the hard part, right? People want to use insurance, etc. Or they show up and they're like, I don't have cash. I thought I could use insurance. That's where the reminders come in these emails to really confirm that it is cash pay. But another option you do have, but again, that you'd have to test this, is integrating a payment link into your calendar where they pay you upfront for it. Now, this could be off-putting to some people, and they might just leave the funnel at that point once they see that, because they don't want to pay upfront. So you definitely have to test that. I find that not collecting the payment upfront will definitely get people in the door. But if you find that you're getting a lot of tire kickers, or you're having a lot of problems with these patients, then you could put that paywall up and see if that will fix the problem for you a bit better. But this is really the process that I use and that I teach. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this all sounds great. How do I actually set all of this stuff up? That's where I use, and I'll just separate this here. That's where I use a system called CloudPulse. Now, you don't have to use CloudPulse, but it is a good option for you. You can just set up the landing pages on your current website. And if you have a current email provider to set up automations, if that all works out, how you can do that. But CloudPulse is an all-in-one solution where you can set up your landing pages. You can actually manage your ads. You can set up the workflows. That includes the emails and the SMSs. Again, if you have a phone, you can also get a phone number through CloudPulse to do text messages with. And you can actually handle a lot more. You can actually even see all your ad reporting in here. You can manage all of your contacts right within CloudPulse. Again, so everything will just work right within this one system. And the better part is, and here's the pitch, is that if you sign up for my blueprint, which there's a link below for you, it's getshockwavepatience.com. Okay. If you go here, you can get my blueprint. It's super cheap. It's very inexpensive to get access to it. And I outlined step by step on how to set all of this up. There's two versions of the blueprint. There's a text version and then there's a video version. If you get the video version, it literally walks you through. It's me literally doing all of this. So you can just watch me set it all up. And then if you sign up for CloudPulse, like I said, you don't have to, but if you do, I already have all of this stuff built, everything we just talked about. It's all already built out and plugged to CloudPulse. So when you get your account, I can load all of it up for you. And then all you need to do is customize it. So it's super simple to get set up and running. So if you're interested in what that looks like, just go to getshockwavepatience.com, check out the blueprint, and hopefully you can get set up and running with this really quickly. But if you have any questions or comments, just drop them below. But if you do this video, if you found it helpful, please subscribe and like it. It helps me create more content like this. And if you have any specific questions on what else you could be doing, drop those in the comments and I'll create additional videos for you. Until next time, I'm Antonio. I'll see you then.